Hi, my name is Mary and welcome. We're going to move through some tapping, but before we get to our tapping, I'd like to just start off with a little bit of movement. Let's take our legs a little bit wider, remembering to have our knees nice and soft. And we're just going to shift our weight from side to side, just finding a little bit of flowing and swaying. And as we do that, let's just take a gentle twist to each side, allowing the arms to just float out and in like a helicopter. And again, if you want to increase your width of your legs, if you want to extend the movement of your arms, by all means do so, but make sure that as we shift and bend and twist that torso, that you're letting that torso do some of the work with the arms, allowing them to feel free and flying. This is knocking on the door of life. If you want, you can lift your heels up and just allow that rooting to happen so that we can shift and twist and then let ourselves express with our arms. So allow those arms to move, flying, twisting, tapping, however you like. So this really is the first of our tapping. And we're going to find that tapping just across the belt meridian. And again, you could pause this and keep this going for a while, noticing the sensation of the rootedness to the earth, the shifting of the torso, and the flying of the arms. Noticing that we're stimulating this belt meridian, and we're having a gentle twist in the spine. So really good for waking up the spine, letting those cobwebs come off. And if we want to keep our tapping going, we can bring our hands up to just beneath the collarbone. Just allowing that soft tissue. So we're tapping at the soft tissue. And I'm not tapping that hard, but we can find this kind of hollow sound here. And of course, again, you could keep tapping here. This is tapping and helping out our lung meridians. And then finally, let's take our arm up and tap to the back, to that trapezius muscles, to that tension, just tapping it away. So as we tap, we like to get rid of some of that stuck stress that's deep in our body, tapping it away. And then we're going to come back down to the collarbone just a little bit. And before we finish up, we're going to move our hands up a little higher, finding our kidneys. So right here on each side are our kidneys, just at the bottom of our rib cage. Finding that stimulation, that tapping, getting rid of some of that stuck stress. And of course, this beautiful flow and warming up the body. And let's start to slow it down. Let the arms just dangle, bringing our roots down, stopping our shifting of weight, and allowing the arms just to arrive into this nice Wuji posture, this empty vessel. Before we continue on, let's take a deep breath into our belly. If you want, you can bring your hands down, expanding the belly out, and then pushing the belly in ever so softly and allowing the air to move out. We want to inhale through our nose, filling our belly, and we want to exhale through our nose, emptying our belly. Finding this expansion, notice that as we inhale and expand out, our diaphragm that runs between the front and the back of our rib cage here moves down. And as we exhale, we push up and the diaphragm moves up. So a little like a trampoline, when you jump on it, the trampoline goes down. So we're going to breathe in and move it down. Lots of space for our lungs. And as we exhale, we're pushing the trampoline out and helping the air to leave our body. So we inhale, drawing all that air in, and exhaling, pushing all that air out. And finally, before we move on, let's rest our eyes for a moment and breathe. Continue to breathe in, expanding into our belly, rising our diaphragm, and feeling a lightness in our head. So as we continue to breathe in and out, expanding into our belly, shifting our diaphragm up and down. Maybe we can find some lightness, letting go of some of the chitter chatter of mind, moving ourselves into relaxation mode, and inviting some beautiful movement of qi, energy, the life force. Taking your last beautiful full breath in and long, slow breath out. Allowing our arms to come off our belly, softening our stance. And let's open our eyes back into the space. Let's move on to some more tapping. We're going to repeat that tap into that top of our shoulder, the tension that we have here. Again, tapping and moving the energy, moving around the stuck stress, moving around that good energy, tapping all the way down our arm. And as we tap down our arm, be present, and now tap up. Be present in the body, feeling the sensation of the tapping and the echoing as the tapping moves by. And now before we continue for our second round, let's resonate. Let that echoing happen. Feel the sensation in the arm. Let's go back again. We're going to tap. Come down the top of the arm. And again, tapping however you want. This can be really soft and gentle, just moving the energy around, maybe a little extra at the armpit where we have some lymph nodes, just moving. Imagine that we're tapping at a balloon filled with water and how it's shaking all that water around. Well, we have lots of water in our body. We're going to do it one more time. And we want to tap and move that body around, with that water around, which will alter and shift everything that's happening beneath the skin. Let that all tap away. All these meridians that we have running through. Doesn't matter what we know about meridians. Just feel present in the body and feel the echoing of that tapping. Excellent. Before we move on to the other arm, we're going to sweep down that arm and imagine that we're sweeping away that stuck stress. So if we're holding on to even some mental stress, we can add that to it, just throwing that physical and mental stress, that stuck stress, into the earth. Let it compost. We're going to sweep underneath as well, sweeping down and into the earth. Again, mentally and physically letting go of that stuck stress. Again, we can do what we tapped for 3 times. Maybe we'll sweep for 3 times. Whatever works for you. Let's move on to the other side. We're going to tap at the upper back. We're going to tap down the arm. Again, we have these motor neurons in our head. And they're working to be connected and to support the movement of our body. We need to keep those neurons firing and being connected to all the areas of our body. So feel the connection of the hand, using our mind, our attention. Let's feel the sensation of it echoing through our body. As we feel that connection, we're nurturing all those motor neurons. Again, a little extra under the armpit and down the side. And let's do one more. I think we did 2. And again, allow our attention. Allow ourselves to feel the sensation of the tapping. Allow our brain to let go of anything that's stuck physically or mentally. And let's keep sweeping. So we're going to sweep down and into the earth. Again, energy gets stuck and stale. Let's sweep it away. Let that, lots of space for that new energy. Let's take our hand and sweep up and down and away. We're going to sweep down and along, sweeping, again, that stuck stress into the earth. And take a moment to just notice, resting the eyes and just noticing, how does it feel? Maybe we feel a little lighter, maybe we can still feel some echoing of sensation. There's no absolute way to feel. Just allow the sensation in your upper body to be in your attention. And let's move down to the lower body. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We're gonna revisit those kidneys, those vital organs. We're gonna tap down our back body. And then we're gonna come up our front body and finish at our groin. Perfect. And we're going to do that again. And again, as we go down the back body, feel free to work on the outside of the legs too. These are the yang energy. We're going to come up the inside and maybe the front, especially up at the thighs there. This is the yin energy, our front body. Let's go one more time, tapping at the kidneys, tapping down the back and side of our body. Tapping, feeling the sensation. Let that connection, those motor neurons, let them fire away as we feel the sensation. And then same thing with the sweeping. We're going to sweep from our kidneys. I even like to give them an extra little attention. And then sweep away that stuck stress and throwing it into the earth. Again, we always throw it right into the earth because the earth has the wisdom to change its energy. And then we're going to move from the bottom as far down as we were able to tap. We're going to draw up and to our groin and throw it to the side. So again, you can imagine whatever mental or physical stress, and we're sweeping it away. Because mental stress lives in our physical body. Separating those two doesn't serve us well. Being present in both our mental and physical body in connection is a beautiful support for our well-being. Excellent. So let's now move up to our head. So I'm going to come a little closer. We're going to tap on our head. And there are other really lovely tapping offerings on YouTube from some very experienced teachers. So feel free to explore some of them. I've got some on my playlist. So here goes my hair. Don't forget to come back and tap at the back of the head, the side, the temples, just tapping. It's nice to do this before you wash your hair. And then let's imagine we're taking the bubbles out. We're sweeping and tossing that stuck stress away, allowing that beautiful energy to come into our body. Let's move to our ears. We can take our thumb and our finger and we can pinch, 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 pinch down. You can repeat pinching all the way down and around. We'll do it one more time, finding a little massage. And then we can just sweep again. Just sweep. Or we can just hold our hands gently, just softly, allowing our ears some energy from our hands. And finally, let's bring, this is my favorite, so we're going to bring our hands to our occipital bones. And we're going to rub along our occipital bones. Because they're the bony part of our head, we can press as hard as we want to feel that release And then finally, we can go very gently to the soft area beneath it. We're going to circle very soft. It's called the jade pillow. Enjoy that beautiful, soft. We can go in one direction, we can go in the other direction. Soothing. This is really lovely to do to a friend and have the friend do to you. And then just relaxing down. And finally, let's do our trembling horse, letting those hands tremble, letting the arms shake, the legs shake, the hips shake, the head shake, and the cheeks. Let's slowly rise up. Feel all that energy echoing. Let's draw energy from the earth, draw energy from the heavens, and bring it down into our body. Let's do this 2 more times. Called bringing down the heavens. You can inhale, make it a really long inhale, absorbing that earth energy, absorbing that heaven energy, and bringing it down into our body and letting it settle in. And we'll do one last one, inhaling earth energy, heaven energy, and bringing it in. Imagining all that beautiful energy coming in. Bringing our hands to our belly button, softening our knees and bringing our feet together. And let's bow and thank the tradition of Qigong for teaching us. And of course, as always, let's bow and thank you for joining us today. Thank yourself for joining us today.